Alrighty, chat. Very good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Hope we're all doing well today. Welcome indeed. Welcome indeed. Alrighty. So we're back. We're back with another stream. I know it's been a wild chat, but I think I explained the situation to you last time. But yeah, we're back. Hopefully with maybe a couple of streams coming up in the next 7 days or so, I think. So yeah, pleased to be back. Pleased to be back in the sim. I've not done any simming since the last stream, so I could be a bit rusty here, but I have been playing around with some little gadgets and gizmos, I suppose, if you want to call it that, in the sim. So we've got some pretty exciting stuff lined up for today, or at least that I'd like to share with you guys. And the flight we're going to be doing today is in the Fenix A320. We're going to be flying from Milano Linate over the scenery by Jetstream Designs over to the brand new Orbx Olbia V2 scenery, which Orbx kindly sent out to me to share with you guys. I did actually have it before it released, but I've just not had time to do a stream until now. So we're looking forwards to digging into that today and sharing it with you. It is a very nice scenery, I will say. Yeah, we'll have a look at it once we get there. As I said, flying out of Jetstream Designs Milano Linate. This is a scenery that I've held off from getting for a while. I'm not sure the particular reason for it, but yeah, it's an absolutely stunning scenery. Really, really nice. It's currently on sale on Contrail if you guys want to go out and check it out. But absolutely stunning as ever with Jetstream Designs. You guys know I'm a big fan of their sceneries. So yeah, looking forward to sharing that with you guys, although it is quite an old scenery now, so you guys may have already seen it. So yeah, but it is getting a bit of an update fairly soon, I've seen on their Facebook page, because the runway designators have changed since this scenery was made, so at least that will be getting changed, and I'm not sure what else, but yeah, that is the plan for today. So just to throw a few more cool little new tidbits into the mix as well. So you guys have probably seen as well, there is now someone's worked out how to enable frame generation for NVIDIA cards other than the 40 series. Now, if you don't know what frame generation is, it's basically a super really nice technology that NVIDIA released with their 40 series graphics cards. And they were sort of saying that it is proprietary to those cards because of some hardware that's on the cards, which may still be the case, but someone has worked out basically how to enable that functionality or some kind of workaround of that functionality for other NVIDIA cards. So I have actually had a mess around with that and have enabled it. So that's what you're going to be seeing today. And I have to say, I'm very, very impressed with it. It is so good. I was just doing a bit of testing earlier. At what airport was I was at Olbia, actually, and although that's pretty it's a pretty good performing airport anyway, because it's on an island and surrounded mostly by ocean. Yeah, I was getting about just under between 50 and 60 FPS, I think, without frame generation on, and then I turned it on, I was getting around 90 to 100 FPS, which is just absolutely crazy to me. And it's absolutely brilliant. The unfortunate downside is you have to run DirectX 12 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which, as we all know, is a little bit buggy. I haven't done any full flights with it yet, so it may crash. I don't know, but the most obvious thing is the fact that some textures just randomly disappear in DirectX 12. So that's that. Looking forward to sharing that with you guys. Another thing I'll mention is that it can be a little bit fickle. I'm not sure if it's related to when you do more than one flight in a session. Sometimes it stops working randomly, but yeah, hopefully we don't get that today. So yeah, looking forward to that. Also, as I have spoke about previously regarding the miniFCU, which we're going to be using today with the Fenix, and Spad.next have been working on support for it. If you use MobiFlight, as I know some of you do, I know Liana's in the chat, MobiFlight have just released support for the miniFCU, so you can actually get the miniFCU fully working with MobiFlight, and as a result, that means you can, in some sort of, it's a bit of a hacky way to do it, but using an external application called Fenix Quartz, you can actually get the displays to all work in the Fenix. Now, SPAD.next, as I mentioned before, have been working on an update for SPAD.next for support for miniFCU, and that is now in beta. So I've actually switched to the beta channel on SPAD.next, and I've got it set up with Fenix Quartz, and all the displays are working perfectly in the Fenix, and it's absolutely fantastic. So really pleased with that, and looking forward to sharing that with you guys. Today we're going to have the miniFCU cam on, so yeah, it should be pretty cool. So that's what we've got lined up for today. Let's see who we've got in the chat, shall we? We've got Soren's here. Welcome indeed. Quizzy, welcome. Good evening. Mike, morning to you. Evening over here in the UK, but good morning. Hope you're doing well. Roy's here. Welcome. Aviate, welcome indeed. Happy Christmas to you also. And to you, Roy. The commentator, welcome. Good evening. Good to see you again as well, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, frame generation mod indeed, Roy. Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll probably do in this stream is I'll stick the FPS counter up, and you guys can sort of see what kind of numbers we're getting. Okay. Aviate says, completely missed Leeds Bradford news. So excited about the A350. Yeah, exactly, guys. If you've not seen it already, Inibuild's just announced earlier on this afternoon that they're actually working on an A350, which should release potentially next year, which is pretty exciting. But they also announced, you guys know I'm a local, they also announced they're working on Leeds Bradford Airport, which is just absolutely stunning. Obviously, Orbx just released the V2 for Leeds Bradford, which is a very nice airport. But we all know indie builds tend to go a little bit further than most developers in terms of the detail and things like that. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing their rendition also. Liana, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome indeed. I have that thing on my face still. I do. Yes, I do. I'm still undecided, but it's here. It's here. It's going to be here for a bit, I think. Right, Liana says it's using, it's not using NVIDIA tech, it's using AMD's. Okay, yes, that's it. I thought I read something about that. I don't really understand enough about the AMD side of things to know. So I guess it's just basically a hack that uses the AMD, is it called FSR technology? And basically just lets you use that in games that have frame generation support. I guess that's what it is, something like that. AC, welcome. Good evening from a windy York. Yes, it is very windy in the UK at the moment. Very windy indeed. I think it is quite windy in a lot of places in Europe at the moment. So that could be pretty interesting for our flight. But yeah, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas, Quizzy, to you and Soren. Thank you very much, guys. Righto, chat. Okay, so before we get cracking with things... big shout out to the Gold and Platinum members on the channel. Thank you so much, guys. Despite the lack of streams, for continuing your support. We've got Bammer on. We've got another name, which I unfortunately cannot say, so I do apologise, but I'm sure you know who you are because you're the only one using, I think, is it Greek characters in there in the name? But thank you very much for your continued support. I'll just call you K because that's one of the letters I can read there at the end. So thank you so much. Fraser Dykes, Ace Airstream, Quizzy 78, Soren Thornton, Mike West, the commentator, Andy Ivy, and Naughty. Thank you guys for your continued support. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Okay then. Let's get cracking, shall we? So, we're here on the ground at Milano Linate. It's actually nighttime at the moment. Obviously, it is in the real world, but I've actually set this to just before sunrise. So it is going to get brighter as we intro the stream here. But yes, this is where we are at the moment. I suppose we should probably do a bit of a briefing before we go any further like we normally do. Aviate says, turning off MSI Afterburner help with the stuttering. Good. The screen tearing. Good. I don't run that, so I've not really come across that, but maybe helps someone else. The mod replaces the NVIDIA DLL with a local version that calls out into the AMD frame generation code instead. Ah, good. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Alrighty. That makes sense. We're going to have the FPS down here, bottom right, if any of you guys are so inclined to be interested in that. Oh, God, the overlay's a bit laggy. There we go. Right, yeah, so here we are on the ground at Milan. As you can see, the night lighting here is absolutely stunning. I absolutely love it. Super, super nice. I am actually getting a little tiny bit of screen tearing. But I think I'm just going to deal with it for the stream today. You guys shouldn't be able to see any screen tearing, Nobius. You are at a lower refresh rate than I am. But yeah, it's super cool scenery. Really, really nice. We'll have a bit more of a look as we go on our way here. But let's first jump over to the fuzz pad, and we'll go ahead and do a bit of a briefing, shall we? So let's do that. Cool. So today we're going to be on VATSIM as well, by the way, although I don't think we're going to be particularly lucky with controllers, because I don't know, I feel like Italy is not generally that well staffed on VATSIM, as you can see. Plenty of other places, but yeah, Italy not too much at the moment. So let's have a look at the briefing. Today we're going to be fuzzair 2-3. We're going from Linate to Olbia Costa Smeralda Airport. We're in the Delta Reg 320, which is the lovely stuff livery. Call sign is going to be fuzzy 2-3. Target off blocks is 1800 Zulu, so in 40 minutes, and expected to arrive at 1929 on to stand. Covering 389 miles, and we do have a slight tailwind, 21 knots for the outbound leg here, so that's pretty nice. Takeoff weight expected 64.9 tons, and alternate is going to be Rome Fiumicino. Initially climbing to, or cruising at flight level 290, and then descending down to 190 at Tortu, although that may work out just fine. Based on our econ descent profile anyway, but we'll cross that bridge a little bit later on. Trip time 1 hour and 1 minute, and if we need to divert to Fiumicino, it's 50 minutes. We're taking just under 7 tons of block fuel, 6944 kilograms, and we're expecting a runway 35 departure here at Milano Linate. We'll actually be flying the Gen 7 Victor transition. The departure we'll be flying, or expected to fly, is actually the hang on, I've lost it. There it is. The Tovsa 6 Juliet is what we'll be expecting with the Gen 7 Victor transition. And coming further down, we're full on passengers, 180. No one taking any baggage today. And coming further down, looking at the weather, we do have a Sigma in place for Milan FIR UIR. And we've got basically severe mountain waves forecast. So between flight level 70 and flight level 200. Now, if I had to make a guess, that's probably not going to affect us due to our due to the fact we're going to be flying south, but we can always go ahead and just check on here. You can see it does affect, it is covering our area here, but the mountainous area is more or less to the north of the airport here in Milan, so I wouldn't imagine it would cause too many issues, but it, you know, good to be aware of the big picture nevertheless. We'll just turn that weather layer off there. And then coming further down, looking at the METAR for Linate, we've got variable winds at 2 knots, so very light winds here. However, the winds at our destination, quite a different story. Winds coming from the southwest with 12 knots, gusting 27 knots, varying between 210 and 290. So we could expect a pretty windy arrival, and it looks like that is expected to increase as well, potentially. So yeah, looking pretty windy at Olbia, so that could be interesting. And then weather at Fiumicino is looking pretty fine, so nothing to worry about there. Quick check at the charts, which we'll actually do over here because they're a bit bigger, aren't they? So basically off to the southeast, and then to a little bit to the southwest, and then straight south over the beautiful island of Calvi, and then over the airports and around for a landing. As you can see, it's got a bit of a long arrival procedure, which is quite common, I find, at a lot of Italian airports where they have these for traffic purposes. We'll cover that en route, but we may not end up having to fly most of that, to be honest, given the situation. Significant weather charts, nothing really on there, to be honest, so nothing too much to consider there, but yeah, that is going to be that. Cool, so that's the briefing. Let's get started then, shall we? Righto, so then, let's jump on board. Now, I intentionally left it cold and dark because I kind of wanted to show you guys what it all looked like regarding the FCU when it starts up, which is pretty cool. The mini FCU will follow the same sequence as what you see on the screen here, mostly. I think the vertical speed will be slightly off, but let's get it fired up and I'll show you guys what I mean. We'll also do a bit of this guy as well. So we've got the mini FCU cam. Oh, I've just realized my SimToolkitPro overlay doesn't appear to be working. Let me just see if I can fix that real quick. No, it has done this before. In the meantime, let's just let's get this thing started up. So we'll go battery 1, battery 2, and external power can come on. You'll be able to see sort of all the buttons sort of flashing on and off and whatnot in the startup sequence. There you go. Pretty cool. As you can see, the displays are working and matching what's in the sim, and you can actually, you know, change them, and it's all gravy. Very nice indeed. The only thing I found is that there is still a bit of a lag to the displays, similar to how the displays in the Fenix have a bit of a lag to them, unlike in the fly-by-wire. But hey ho, I think we can deal with that just for now. It looks like this dot here is not really synced up properly, but I would imagine once we get the aircraft set up properly, it should sort of kick into gear a bit, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. That might need some tweaking on SPAD, but yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Daz, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas to you also. We'll hide that for now. Right. SimToolkitPro overlay. It's doing this thing again where it just seems to just poop out and stop working for some reason. Not exactly sure why it does that, but I don't think we're going to be able to get it working. I'll try to do a reconnect, but no. Okay, it looks like we're going to not have any SimToolkitPro overlay today, but never mind. I can deal with that. Right, so let's get cracking then, shall we? We'll get the dome light on. We'll get the IRSs to align. That's good. Crew supply, ground control. That's good, good, good. Emergency exit lights can go to arm. No smoking auto. Turn this up. We'll turn this down. That's good. We'll leave the fuel pumps off for now. And then over here, nothing too much to do there. Although, I've never noticed this before, but it looks like there's some sort of weird thing going on there. Interesting. Interesting. Right. Okay. And then coming to the FCU, we'll go constraints, airports. We'll turn these guys on. You guys don't often get to see me do a completely cold and dark setup now, do you? Because I always do that off stream. Let's just do a quick meta. 1008. That's good, and everything else can stay as it is for now. Coming down here, that's fine. We'll come back here, we'll get the armrest up. Everything else looks pretty dandy here. That's good. We'll set our radios to 1228 because we are going to be on Unicom, at least initially. That's set on the left side there. Pilot monitoring for today. The captain is going to be doing the communications. Good. Right, so let's go over here then, and we'll open up the tablet, and we'll import. That should kick our ground services into life. As you can see here, we've got DirectX 12 issues. This is not a scenery thing. I say it's going to kick our ground services to life, but we'll see. Got 1009 there. Okay, that was 1008. This is 1720, which is the most recent one. This one's an old one, actually. Okay. Okay, good. I can hear the ground services doing the thing. There we go. There's a refueler and the catering coming speeding along. Dave, welcome to the chat. Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bruce is here. Welcome, Bruce. They're going to fix the cargo meat lettering when Block 2 is released. Is that what they're calling it? Cargo meat? Oh yeah, it does actually look like it says cargo meat, doesn't it? Brilliant. Okay, lovely stuff. I've never actually noticed that before, to be honest with you. It just shows certain things can just get passed over. Right, let's see how we're doing. Are we uploading some fuel now? Kind of sounds like we are. We are. Lovely stuff. Right, let's get back inside here. Right, so let's get cracking, shall we? So we go ATSU, AOC. I'm so used to clicking on receive messages. I feel like I'm getting way more bloom than normal. I don't know what I've done, but let me just check my NVIDIA filter. Check that I didn't have bloom on. No, I don't. Okay. Weird. Okay, that's fine. We'll go here and here. Check that the nav database is current, which it is. That's good. Init requests. And we're going to be fuzzair 2.3. Gusting notes are 2.6. Cruising at 5.290. The temperature here on the ground, 13 degrees. We're going to be departing runway 35. Runway 35 on the, let me see, which departure was it now? It was the Tovsa 6 Juliet departure. Tovsa 6 Juliet with the Gen 7 Victor transition, which we'll insert. And I'm just going to actually quickly check the restrictions on here real quick as we do this. So we've got 760 feet, 210 knots, 507, 210 knots, above 1150, that's fine. 46, 210, 250 at 624, and a minimum of 6,000 at Tovsa there. And then from Tovsa, we're going to go direct to Gen, which is actually the Genoa VOR, right over the airport there, or to the east of it, in fact. Flight level 100 minimum there, so that's all correct and in there. Good. So we'll come down and set up a arrival real quick. It is quite a short flight, so I'll just get this plugged in as well, just to save a few steps. And we'll actually go for... we won't actually go for ILS 2-3. Let's see what else we've got in store for us here. Maybe we don't do an ILS. We've got RMP Zulu 2-3, which is a pretty straightforward RMP approach. But screw it. Let's do an RNAV approach. So RNAV Zulu 2-3. And we're planning the Corsi 3 Mike arrival. So many arrivals for such a small airport. So that's that. And then what VIAs have we got? Millis selected for me, which is about right. So we'll do that. We'll insert that. We'll check that once we're on our way. So that's good. I can deal with that. No problems at all. We'll just set up a couple more bits and bats in here. So we'll go LIML 3.5. And we're going to go on the 353 to 2.5 in case of engine failure. So that's good. We're not doing an RNAV departure, so I'm going to leave this alone. We'll go secondary. And we'll just go like this. LIML to LIML. And we'll just set up a return on 3.5 if we need it. ILS Zulu, nice and simple. Cool. So in it B, now I'm not sure if we'll have actually received the old load sheet because of the time I'm using here in the sim, but we can go ahead and make that a thing by going like this. Apparently we already have 120 passengers on board. I'm not sure if something's messed up there regarding the Fenix, but hey ho. So we've now got the load sheets. We'll go and accept that. We're going to go 58.2 on the zero fuel weight, and the CG is going to be 31.7 there. We are fueled up now, so 6.9, and we'll stick the seatbelt signs on. That's good. Slight wind, slight tailwind for today, 21 knots, and 0.6 on the route reserve, and the alternate 2.1. Perfect. Okay, and our anticipated departure performance is going to be 3.6, and I mean that is the same runway as I said earlier on. The designators have changed. So we'll go for that. Packs on, and we'll sync the live weather and go to calculate. 36401 down 0.356. One 140. Flaps 1 down 0.2, and 56 on the flex. Good. Oh, down 0.3. I feel like it's been ages since we've done a flaps 1. And then we'll also just double check the noise abatement procedures here at Milano Linate. It is in fact NADP 1 departure, so we'll go 3360 here. So that's good. That's all done and in the box. So our initial climb, now there's nothing on the charts as far as I'm aware. Nothing, but I would say probably a 7,000 would be, 6,000 even would probably be suitable. One thing I have noticed about the miniFCU with in using the manage modes, it still displays numbers, unfortunately. Might need to do some tweaking there. Not going to do it now, though, because that will take me forever, probably. Okay, good. So, that is that. Good. Okay, so passengers are coming on board now. You can see them just moving away down. Lovely stuff. Got a GSX profile for this airport, so we should be able to see them coming down there. We can indeed. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Grand. Looks like the sun is coming up now. We are using live weather, by the way, chat, just not live time. Okie dokie. How many frames per second do I get with the frame generation mod, says Prosimo Gaming. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. You can see my FPS in the bottom right of the screen. Getting, at the moment, 72. It's pretty nice. This is on VATSIM with the Fenix, albeit a fairly quiet area on VATSIM. So pretty nice. Aviate says, I just bought a new toy for Microsoft Flight Sim today, a Loop Deck Live. Oh, very nice, very nice. Very nice indeed. You'll have to let us know how you get on with it. I know they originally launched that product for photographers, I think, didn't they, back in the day? Jetty Flies, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Commentator says, when I first enabled the frame gen mod DXX12 yesterday, worked nicely, but my flight today was causing really bad stutter, so I disabled it. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's still definitely not perfect, is it? But yeah, I mean, I've personally, like I said, this is my first flight I'm doing on it today, so I guess we'll see whether it's worth keeping on or not. DX12 alone is better for me these days, however. It used to make it stutter lots. Right. Yeah, I've not tried DX12 for absolutely ages, really. I mean, this is the first time I've had it on probably since it was first released. But DXX12 is best overall. Fair enough, yeah. I've always found DX11 to be... yeah, fairly okay. Less buggy, anyway, than DX12. The answer is it was glitching in the flow and menus. Just overall did not feel particularly smooth there, but I'm on 4K 60Hz, so it doesn't have great adaptive sync range either. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there was some discussion in the Discord, wasn't there, about it not being too effective on a 4K display. But I don't really know enough about the inner workings of it to really pass comment. But in terms of the menus, I haven't really... I mean, I have noticed in the main menu it's a bit glitchy, but with flow it seems to be fine for me. I mean, I don't tend to leave the windows open, so I suppose if you do leave the windows open, I can imagine... Oh yeah, you can see it's glitching about there. But yeah, I don't tend to leave them open, so it's not really a concern of mine. Gigabytes of VRAM for the commentator, not well suited to 1440. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right on the edge there. I think, probably. I mean, I've got 10 gig, I think, on mine, and I still feel like I could do with more, to be quite honest. Did I also alter the level of detail settings with higher values? No, I've not actually changed my graphics settings at all. I just kind of wanted to see how it compared with the same settings. So I've not really changed anything regarding that at all. ZK, welcome to the chat. How did you get the miniFCU fully working? I'm using the beta version of spad.next along with a application called Phoenix Quartz. That's how I got it working. But as you can see, I'll show it at the moment. As you can see, it's the managed modes here with the heading and speed. They've not dashed out like they should do. So I don't know if that's a limitation of SPAD at the moment or whether it's a limitation of what Fenix Quartz sends. This is the first time I'm really testing it out, but nevertheless, it's better than having nothing at all, I think. Let's see. I've not actually tried the vertical speed yet. Ah, okay, so the vertical speed doesn't actually seem to display anything. That being said, that being said, the snippet that I'm using for SPAD.next is not mine. I've not really done any customization on it, so I don't know if you can get that working or not, but as you can see, it doesn't seem to display anything for vertical speed at the moment, which is unfortunate, but like I said, it's a beta, so there may be more to come. I haven't actually tested out the other buttons. Metric altitude. I mean, I imagine the buttons should work fine because they're just standard LVARs. With the Fenix, it's just the displays, really. Cool. Alrighty. What did they assign Expedite to? Oh, it's actually the Expedite button. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Limitation of both, I think, at the moment. Right, got you. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, who knows? Fenix might have a little surprise for us regarding compatibility maybe in the future. We shall see. Alrighty then. So, passengers are still making their way. Let's see how we're doing regarding progress. 100 on board. We should probably go ahead and do a departure briefing then, shall we? Let's do that.
I'm doing good.
Cool. So, over to the fuzz pad. So, today we're going to be departing from Milano Linate. This is the 20-9 sheet. Airport elevation 353 feet here. So we're departing runway 35, which is all the way at the other end of the airport. And for our taxi out, it should be pretty straightforward, really. We'll push facing to the east here, and then we'll taxi out down Delta, following that down to Zulu, and then on to Tango. All the way to the holding point for runway 35. As you can see, there is a bit of a one-way taxiway coming down here and up here. So I imagine that's probably the way we'll go. We are stand 3 at the moment. And I think actually these two... This 4 and 5, they're not actually modelled in the scenery, so maybe that's something to come for the updates. Yeah, you can see here. They're not actually there. Stand 4 and 5, so that must be something that Jetstream Designs will bring to the update, I would have thought. Right, so we're expecting to fly the Tulsa 6 Juliet RNAV departure. This is a 20-3 Charlie chart. Transition altitude here is 6,000. This is an RNAV departure, so RNAV 1 required. To be planned when LIN unserviceable. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have chosen this one. Hang on. Let me just see if there's a preferred departure here. Maybe not. Okay, well, I guess we just do this one then. Now, actually, I wonder if this is the normal procedure here. It's basically just a turn. Potentially. And then direct to the transition. That might be possibly what happens. We'll go with this anyway, just because we are flying on Unicom. Might be a little bit easier for other people to predict where we're going to go if we do come across any other aircraft. So we'll brief this anyway. It's going to be the Tovsa 6 Julia and have departure runway 35. And we're going to be departing to the north. So initially we'll go runway track 353 to Mike Lima 507, max 210 knots. This is not applicable. And minimum altitude there is 1150 altitude. And that is a flyover fix. We're then going to take a right turn to Absem, which is max 210 knots, minimum 4,600 altitude, and then out to Mike Lima 624, max 250 knots there, and then continuing out to Tovsa, minimum altitude 6,000 feet there. We have already checked all that stuff is in the box, all okay. And then we'll go on to the Genoa 6 Quebec RNAV transition. So from there, that'll take us, the initial departure will take us to Tovsa, and then we're basically just going to go direct. We're not going to go direct. We're going to go to Mike Lima 402, where we need to be above flight level 100. Going over the bit more terrain here, and then continuing out to Genoa VOR on the west coast. So that is it for the departure. There are quite a few restrictions we need to be aware of here, so probably something that I'll need to monitor. That being said, the weather is good. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing wrong with our aircraft, and everything should be good to go. I don't think there's any other real threats here. It should be quite a simple taxi out. And yeah, I think I say this every stream, but probably the biggest threat is myself. Not instilling confidence with my fellow pilots here, but nevertheless. There we go. So that's the departure brief. And we should be nearly there with the passengers, I think, as well. Let's have a look. 162, yeah. Alrighty, so we'll get the fuel pumps on. And we should be good to go right on time here. So we'll start the APU. Get that fired up. As you can see, DirectX 12 issues here. That's not part of the scenery. I think the thrust lever's in the climb detents. Thank you, I'll check that. Our hardware ones aren't, but I wonder if something's gone wrong there. Commentator, no worries, my friends. Enjoy the shopping, and yeah, maybe catch you later on. Enjoy, enjoy. Alrighty. Oh, they are. Look at that. There we go. Don't know what happened there. Cool. So it sounds like we're all boarded up now. We just got a little bing bong. So let's go ahead and just close this guy. And just double check the windows whilst we're here. That's all good. See, there is still some stuttering going on, but yeah, overall it does feel quite a bit smoother. Alrighty, so we'll start the timer now. The APU is Veil. We should get our jetway disconnected momentarily. Alrighty, so checklist. So cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins and covers were removed. Fuel quantity 6.940. Seatbelt signs are on. Diaz nav, and BARF is set to 1009 on both sides, and I'm just going to go ahead and just double check if we've had any updates regarding that, because it did change previously. No, it's still the latest, so 1009 then, that's fine. Good. Okie dokie, so cockpit preparation checklist complete. Is the jetway going to disconnect? I can't remember if Fenix to GSX does that on its own or not. Maybe it doesn't. Right, let's flick the external power off anyway, and we shall prep for pushback and departure. That should disconnect the jetway. There we go. The doors should be closing. There it is. Oops, there goes the jetway. Lovely stuff. And the door should close.
We are ready for pushback.
Come on, cabin crew. Do your job. Maybe not. Maybe I'm going to have to do it myself. There we go.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin
We
inserted.
do have another company message. Final load sheet, which is compliant, so we are fine and good to go. I need to flick the intercom switch forward. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Is that how it works? I did not know that. That's pretty cool. I thought that was just regarding volume controls, but yeah, very cool. Right, so we are going to face to the east.
Please parking brakes.
And yeah, good. So we'll transmit on Unicom. Let anyone know that's here. I don't think there is actually anyone here at all. Oh, there is actually an aircraft there. I'm not sure if that's even a static or not, to be honest. It might be. Nevertheless, Linate traffic, fuzzy 23, stand 3 is pushing back, facing to the east, runway 35, Linate traffic. Right, let's rock and roll, chats. Parking brake. Actually, hang on. Beacon light on. And the before start check, this parking brake is set. Takeoff speeds and thrust 364040, 56 degrees of flex.
Please parking brakes.
Windows are closed. Beacon light is on. Before start check is complete.
Commencing push.
Let's go.
All engines clear. Started wheel.
That is very cool, guys. That is very cool. So I just need to come down here and flick the intercom switch forwards, which, yeah, that's very cool. Does it matter which side you use? Right, let's go for an engine start on number 2. So engine mode selected 2, ignition start. Start number 2. I wish this would go away. That looks awful right now, doesn't it? Oh, I've messed up. I've messed up. You can tell it's been a while since I've done this. Maybe you bleed, of course. Clear that. Engine mode set to ignition start and number 2 starts. There we go. We got there in the end. Yeah, really not doing the beautiful ground textures by Jetstream Designs here any favours. DX12. You do have to commend them at how closely this lines up with the real-world satellite imagery, which is pretty cool. Oh, looks like we've got another aircraft here, a 2E737.
Set parking brakes.
Cockpit to ground.
Parking brake
We
set.
have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
George, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Yes, it has been a long time indeed. Tell me about miniFCU in one sentence and worth it. Is it fully working with the displays and the Fenix, etc.? I wouldn't say it's flawlessly working with the Fenix currently, but it works really well with the fly-by-wire, and I mean, it's just the displays that don't work with the Fenix really. Let's go for start number 1.
Unlocking gear.
But yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, I think it's great. It's a really nice piece of hardware, really nicely made. And fairly reasonably priced as well, I feel. So I would personally recommend it. I think, as I said in my video, it's really, really nice.
Truck is connected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
He's standing there without hearing protection on. Yeah, I mean the guys from GSX, they're very gung ho, aren't they? They love to push the limits. Off he goes. Anyway, we can take the dome light off now, can't we? There's a pin. Lovely stuff. That's engine 1 avail. Lovely. Righto. So we'll get the APU bleed off. APU master. Come down here. Engine mode set to norm. Ground spoilers arm. Flaps to 1. Transponder on as well. Coming up here. Ecom status is checked. And we'll set our trim 29.9 there. That should do it. Good. Okay, do a flight controls check here as well. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and onto the rudder. Full left, full right. Back to neutral, that's good. Auto brake max. Everything's set here, that's all looking good. So after start check, this anti-ice not required. Ecom status check, pitch trim 29.9, rudder trim. Neutral. After start check is complete. Lovely stuff. Let's rock and roll. The NATO traffic fuzzy 23 taxiing to runway 35 via Delta Zulu and Tango. Linate traffic. Alrighty, off we go then. So this down here is Bravo. I want to take the next right. Delta. Alrighty. Aviate says, I can't remember how to set this. Cabin window views to have video setting it up. Not of that specifically, no, actually. But in my Discord, you can sort of see some of my control settings, which should enable you to do that. In the Fenix, it's quite easy. You just need to set up some keybinds for translating the camera around like this. And you can literally just open the door, come out, and then go and save a custom view wherever you want. And that should do it. That should get you to where you want to be, hopefully. Liana says, real-world satellite aerial photography isn't always that accurate. It's rarely shot from straight above, and all sorts of maths is needed to align it to actual coordinates. Yeah, very good point. I suppose that is, yeah, very interesting. So I suppose then you would have thought the scenery is going to be more accurately aligned than satellite imagery then, or you would have hoped so at least. Okie dokie, short taxi out here, so let's bing bong the cabin. Predicted wind shear and weather radar can come on now. And we'll do a taxi checklist. So flight controls check. Flap setting is config 1+F. Radar and predicted wind shear on an auto. Engine mode set to normal. Ecam memo takeoff no blue. There it is. Taxi checklist complete. Very, very nice scenery, this one, I have to say. Now you can see those beautiful ground textures.
Linate traffic at Italia 865, stand 18, taxi towards in point, runway 35, number 2.
Oh, beautiful. So that Alitalia over there is a real person. And he very graciously said number 2 at the end there as well. Didn't want to try and force his way in front of me. Not that I'm saying that's commonplace on VATSIM, but I suppose sometimes we observed that on the stream. I'm not sure what's going on here with this radome here. Not sure if that's a problem with the scenery or if that's like a Wheel of VFR thing, because I know Wheel of VFR adds some radomes into the sim. Does look a bit odd though, doesn't it? There's a tower over there. That looks pretty nicely done, doesn't it? Oh, there's a bit of a stutter. Photogrammetry Milan, I guess. You can see the mountains in the distance there. Lovely stuff, chat. Looking forward to this. Man, it's been such a long time since I've done any flight simming. Nice custom taxiway signage there as well. You love to see it. You love to see it. So here we are on Tango. What have we got then? So the departure. Straight ahead to Mike Lima 507, max 210 knots, and a right turn out to Absim. And then Mike Lima 624, 250 knots there. Tovsa, then the Tovsa. The Genoa 7 Victor transition, which is basically a straight line from Tovsa, Mike Lima 402, and out to Genoa. Pretty straightforward. And then we've got FMA. We've got climb blue, nav blue, 1FD2, 6000 blue, and then speeds 136 and 140 as the V2 speeds. Lovely stuff. Right, let's just see on VATSpy, see if there's any incoming traffic. There isn't. It's a shame we don't have any ATC online. I'm not really gonna get to use the miniFCU to its fullest. Floating ball.
So you are not on Takeoff.
Not sure what was said there. Just give ourselves a little bit more forward momentum for this last stretch here. I don't want to hold this guy up too much. I feel like my miniFCU cam probably is a bit too big, isn't it? So let's just do a bit of that. have we got here? We've got a TNT facility. Alrighty. I feel like there's a bit of a glitch when I click back in the window after having clicked on something else with the frame gen. BB Schenker. Linate traffic, fuzzy 23 lining up runway 35 for an immediate departure. Linate traffic. Alrighty. We get Tara, runway 36 in the scenery. So, line check, this takeoff runway is confirmed. TCAS TARA. Packs 1 and 2 are on. Line check is complete. Get the strobe lights on. Vipers Racing, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Double check, nothing on the approach sector. Looks clear. Nothing else at the other end of the runway. Looks clear. So we're clear for takeoff. Let's get our landing lights on as well. And the nose lights on. Expedite. Linate traffic, fuzzy 23, taking off runway 35. Tovsa 6 Juliet with the Genoa 7 Victor transition. Linate. Alrighty, let's go then, chat. Take off. Stable. Manflex 56 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Flex set, airspeed alive. $100 knots. V1 rotates. Nav, positive rates. Gear up if I can find my gear lever. Off we go. NADP1, remember, so we're not going to get the I'm going to switch to climb for a little while, till about 3,300 feet. Lever climb, thrust climb, auto thrust. Thrust climb. Oof. Very nice. Oh, interesting. Aircraft went to Mantoga then, interestingly enough. Climb, thrust climb. I wonder if there's something going on there with my assignments. Alright, we'll disarm the ground spoilers. Bring the cabin. Nose lights can come off. And we're accelerating. can just see the airport down there. Alrighty, S-speed. Speed checked. Climb 0. Alright, we'll pretend we're being cleared up a bit higher here. Let's say flight level 120, and we'll pull for open climb. Pull for standard. Standard set, flight level 120, blue climb. Sorry, open climb and alt blue. Alrighty, we'll go AP2. And we're on our way, chat. Lovely stuff. That was not a bad departure, actually, considering I've not done that in quite some time. Meeting all the constraints nicely, I have to say. Lovely job. Vibes Racing says we did get 4090, not too much difference from 3080 Ti. Interesting. Fair enough. That's quite a big price difference for not much difference in performance, which is rather surprising. Roy says, has anybody purchased the AnyBuilds Dubai scenery yet? I have not, but I will be picking it up for the miniFCU giveaway stream. I think we'll fly it out of there for that stream. Which reminds me, chat, I completely neglected to say this at all for the stream so far, but yeah, guys, so I have mentioned a few times before, if you saw my miniFCU video as well, you'll know that I'm doing a giveaway of a miniFCU flight level 100. And I have put a poll in the chat for you guys to let me know, you know, because I want to give you guys the best opportunity possible to, you know, take part in the giveaway. And yeah, I kind of wanted to know, with it being sort of the holiday period, let's keep going up, shall we? We'll go all the way up to well, level 3290 even for this flight. So flight level 290, blue, alt blue. So yeah, guys, obviously I want everyone, as many people, to be able to partake in the giveaway as possible. So there is a poll in the chat. And like I said, with it being the holiday period, I know obviously a lot of people have plans this time of year. I wanted to try and make sure that we can try and get, you know, the giveaway on a stream where, you know, people are going to be able to be present in the stream to take part in the giveaway. So, like I said, do vote in the poll, and that will help guide me to when we are going to do the giveaway, which it looks like at the moment is potentially going to be doing it tomorrow. So realistically, I can do a stream tomorrow, and then the earliest one I can do after that is probably the 27th. So yeah, those are the dates that I've put down. If those don't align for you, you know, I can't put all the dates I'm available in the poll, but I think those are probably going to be the most two ideal dates. Ideally, I wanted to do it before Christmas, but obviously time has had other plans. You know, so someone could get it as a bit of a Christmas gift, but alas, yeah, not being able to do that. But maybe someone can at least win it before Christmas. Liana says, unless you have spare CPU, you won't gain much from a 4890 over a 3080. Yeah, very good point.
Radar, good evening. EC626 with you, descending flight level 80.
I think someone's on the wrong frequency there. But yeah, that's a very good point. Obviously, if you're going to be, you know, CPU bound and then you upgrade your GPU, yeah, it's not really going to change much. I think this is the first time I've flown since Sim Update 14 as well, and the new atmospheric effects look pretty decent. I have to say there's a very green wash going on though. I'm not sure if that's probably, maybe my NVIDIA filter probably having a little bit of an effect there, but let's see. No, it's still quite green, isn't it? Alrighty, we'll take the miniFCU cam off now because there's not really much happening with it. Right. Fly Coco, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. What do you use to display the FPS, CPU, and VRAM bottom left? I'm using the Xbox Game Bar. That's a very interesting point, Roy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about it to really share my experience, but yeah, I suppose that could play a factor, couldn't it? How does one go about finding that out, though? Oh, why am I in Toga again? Why does that keep happening? That's rather odd. That could be a problem on approach, couldn't it? Ha! I wonder what's causing that. It could be any of many things at this point, considering what we're running here at the moment. Let's see. Benji, welcome to the chat. Season's greetings to you. Also, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. See, everyone's still banging on about bloody frames. It's a very hot topic. It's a very hot topic, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, even more so at the moment with the frame generation mod being so fresh. Sam, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Glad you're enjoying the content. What are you asking is worth buying in specific? Alright, here we are, coming up to the Genoa VOR. Got you, Roy, got you. I've never messed around with Hydra. Is that an AMD app or something else? Alrighty, chat. Off we go. Off we go. So we did have a scheduled step down at Tortu. Just coming up here. So we've got flight level 190. We'll put it in like this, and we'll go Tortu. Cool. Still no ATC online, unfortunately. Alrighty, chat. If you're enjoying the stream so far, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It does really help out the channel. I can see there are 16 likes currently, 24 people in here, so we can definitely get a few more likes. A few more thumbs up, if you will. Cool. Alrighty, so let us have a quick look then at the weather at... I've forgotten where we're going. Olbia. So this was just now. We've got winds 250 at 13 knots. So the wind seems to have died down a little bit. With QNH 1016 and a temperature of 14 degrees. Now, do we have our arrival in properly? So we've got Arnav Zulu 23 with the Corsi 3 mic arrival. So let's make sure we've got this in properly, because this is quite a long arrival route and we may not really want to fly much of it, to be honest. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you can see we've got this big thing here, which we don't really probably have no real need to do, considering the fact that we are the only arrival into Olbia. So yeah, we can probably plan to skip most of that. Mac Alt Star. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, I mean, for the briefing, I'm not even gonna bother checking all of the arrival fixes and the I'm not even gonna brief the star, because we'll just plan to do a direct. That'll put us on final, basically. Maybe we go from like Pig Egg, maybe. Or go up to Pig Egg. So yeah, we'll brief up to there, I suppose. And I can stop being lazy. So I'm just going to check these against the charts initially, and then as you can see, the top of descent is calculated really quite close to the airport, so we probably don't necessarily want to descend at that point. What we could probably do as well, just to help with situational awareness, we could go LIEO, what runway we're landing on, 23, and we're going to be cruising. We will step down, won't we, actually, to 190. Where's Tortu at? Yeah, Tortu's coming up. So we're going to be at flight level 190. So that's about 70 miles, I would say. My maths is completely failing me here. $67 in a straight line. There it is. Okay. So I'll carry on doing this. Lots of restrictions on this arrival, so just making sure the ones that we are going to be flying through we can do. That's in there correctly, although apparently we're not going to make that speed, but I have no... I really think that we will. So that's fine. So Brive 230 and the in-between is in there. We've got Tuklu 230 and then Big Egg 220 above below altitude 6,000, above 4,000. So that's all in there. Everything's in there correctly, so that's good. We've got Step Ahead coming up. Cool. That's fine. So we might as well do some arrival performance then. So we've got 1016. I've already forgotten the rest. 14 and 250 at 13. And we can actually calculate the transition level, can't we? Oops, I've done that the wrong way around, I think. Level 7.5. That's good. We'll go for flaps full, and then we're going to do an RMP Zulu, which is going to give us 839 as the minimum. And then I do wonder, I think it probably will be NADP1. It's not, it's NADP2 here, so we can leave these values as they are. So that should do it. And then we'll go LIEO 23 there as well. 158 miles to go. Coming up to Tortu, where we're going to step down to flight level 190. Over the sea now. Beautiful views. MPS, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you so much. Shane, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. I've got a copy of my settings and my 3080 gets worse with flame generation clicked on. Switched on. Yeah, sure. You can type !graphics in the chat. That's my graphic settings. And the only thing that's changed from those is literally just turning frame generation on. That's the only thing I changed. Airstream, welcome to the chat. Did try the flame gen mod, but found it made things slightly more unstable. My main FPS bottleneck is CPU, which limits the FPS to less than 30 much of the time. Yeah, that is similar to me. I mean, my FPS varies, but I'm usually CPU bound. But yeah, I mean, it does feel a little bit more unstable. This is my first flight in it so far, so I can't really say how stable. But yeah, it's definitely not perfect implementation from the short amount of testing I've done so far. Especially being on DX12 in Microsoft Flight Sim, which people have mixed results with. But yeah, definitely still it's not a perfect thing. Right, we're past Tortu now anyway, so let's go to flight level 190. And we'll pull for open descent. And to be fair, let's just pull for vertical speed as well. We probably don't need to go down idle power. Anyone can suggest how to improve that without changing hardware. Very happy to try suggestions. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one, Ace Airstream. I personally can't really think of any other way that you would achieve that without upgrading your hardware, unfortunately. But there might be some wizards out there that know some tricks. I'm personally of the mindset, you know, I don't really like messing around with tons of NVIDIA control panel settings and all that jazz, because in my experience I've always had very limited return on actually using those settings in terms of you know, performance increases. So I don't tend to mess around with those, but there may be some secret settings out there that I don't know about potentially. Yeah, I suppose MPS, that is a super simple that is a super simple answer, isn't it? And super simple solution. Yeah, you can obviously lower your settings. Yeah. Daz says, has anyone tried the dynamic LOD mod? Getting some good results, as in smoothness, especially on file. Worth trying out. Interesting. I've not actually heard of that, Daz. Is it on flightsim.to? Dynamic LOD. Let's try to see if I can see it. Let's just Google it. Can't seem to find anything. You have to let me know on that one, Daz. Oh, look at this now. Come on. Come on now. Coming over the beautiful island of Corsica. I think I said Calvi earlier, didn't I? But I meant Corsica. There is the Calvi airport that we so much love on the channel. Doing that circle to land around in these mountains. Oh, love it. Alrighty, we do have a company message, probably telling us that we're ridiculously early or late or something. Yeah, we're just going to ignore that because we're not using live time. That rather interestingly... Oh no, sorry. No, ignore me, ignore me. Ulf, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome indeed. Welcome indeed. Flying the A310 Air Transat to Manchester. Very nice. Enjoy. Where did you depart? Somewhere in Canada, I guess. And yeah, no need to apologize, my friends. No need to apologize. But yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Toronto. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Alrighty, guys. So I'm just going to remind you again, we've got a poll in the chat. If you want to have a say at when the miniFCU giveaway happens on the channel, it will be in a live stream, so you'll need to be here to participate in the giveaway for the miniFCU. Let me know when you'd like it to be, and I'll do my best to adhere to that. It's probably looks like it's going to be tomorrow, although it's pretty tight, really, isn't it? 63 to 37. We'll do some flying out of Dubai, I think, in the flyby. As they just released a nice new update to the flight deck. MBS flying from Keflavik to... Oh, where's that BGSF? Is that Greenland somewhere? I'm not even going to try to say it. Liquid Santa's reindeer that have escaped. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, is there going to be an event on VATSIM this year? Where there's usually a VATSIM event, isn't there? Usually around Christmas time. Where they do the old... flight over to what's it called now in Finland? I don't see it. Maybe I missed it. Greenland on sale. Very nice. Is that the MK Studios scenery? Rovaniemi. Yes, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one I'm trying to think of, guys. Thank you. They usually do an event there, don't they, every year around Christmas time. I guess I missed it, the event. Beautiful scenery below. Oof, loving these mountains. I've really got to go to Corsica. Absolutely. It's been and gone. Yeah, I imagine I probably did miss it, to be honest. Oh. Okay. Whatever happened with the togas that happened again? I'm not sure exactly what I did there. I wonder if it's something to do with my... I don't actually know what's causing that. Might be a keybind or something. I'm not sure. Speed error at Brive. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm already aware of that, aren't I am. Right. I think we need to do a bit of a briefing now, chat, don't we? So let's jump over to the fuzz pad and we'll have a arrival briefing here into Olbia. Alrighty, so we're arriving into Olbia, Italy. This is an RNAV star, 10-2 Foxtrot, airport elevation 37 feet, and the transition level we already worked out, flight level 75. We're going to be flying the Corsi 3 mic arrival. It's an RNAV arrival for runway 23 by ATC, but like I say, we probably won't be flying much of this, to be honest, so I'm only going to brief part of it. So we're going to come in initially over Corsi, and then continuing down to Echo Oscar 472 and then to 474. Then taking a left turn towards Brive, which is that fix that said that we can't make the 230 knot restriction, but we should be fine, I think. And max 230 knots there. Altitude between 6,000 and flight level 90. And then flying out to Tuklu. Max 230 knots there. And then out to Pig Egg. Max 220 knots there. And altitude between 6,000 and 4,000. From there, we are going to not fly this bit here because really there's no traffic, so there's no sense in doing so. So we're going to give ourselves a direct from there to Milis. Max 210 knots there. And from there, we are going to fly the RMP Zulu runway 23. This is 12-2. Final approach course 233. Echo Oscar 412 is the final approach fix at 3,000 feet. Runway elevation 224 feet, and the MSA based on the airport reference point 6,200. So it's quite a straightforward approach, really, from Milis, Echo Oscar 412, and then we're going to descend on the glide path. 3 degrees standard, and the minimum 839. If we need to go around, it's straight ahead. Initially, climbing to 5,000 feet. 1,050 feet, not before runway 23. Turn left. Max 185 knots to Kili on course 103 degrees and join the holding. So like this guy. So I need to check that that's actually coded properly, but that is a go around. So once arriving, we're coming into runway 23. It's quite a small airport here. We'll aim to vacate, probably Echo, and then we'll taxi on up. Golf onto the main apron. Pretty straightforward taxi in, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. So that's that. Let's just double check I've got the go around in properly here. 1050 intercept. Yeah, that's all good. Grand. Okay, so we've already done the perf page, etc. as well. And we do need to do our arrival performance as well. Let's see how far we've got to go. 53.9 miles. In a straight line, we have got a bit of a turn to do. So I'm not going to start the rest of the descent just yet. So runway 23 is dry. I'll wait for landing. It's going to be 61.2. So that's fine. Low auto brake is fine. We'll go for medium. We go for low, actually. Auto thrust off. Destination estimated fuel on board but below minimum. Interesting. Interesting. We're going to ignore that one. Should be fine. So low auto brake is selected. Right, I'm going to just nip away for 2 minutes before we commence down on the rest of the descent here. I'll be back with you in a moment, chat. Alrighty. We're back. Smoggy, welcome to the chat. It's good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, yeah. I'm doing good. How are you? NPS says, have you installed a software for frame generation mod, or is it standard setting? No, it's... I wouldn't say it's software as such, but yeah, basically you have to copy some files into Microsoft Flight Sim directory. But if you Google it, frame generation mod, then it should come up, and it's pretty simple to do, pretty clear instructions. In fact, I actually saved a thread on Reddit that that was super useful, so let me just link that in the chat. Why not? There it is. Cool. Okay. So, we could probably go ahead and start the descent now. So we'll initially go down to flight level 80. Probably should have actually started a bit earlier than that, but hey ho, let's see how we get on. Getting a cold, but good. Yeah, I think a lot of people are getting a cold at the moment. A lot of people that I know anyway are feeling a bit ill. I've been a bit sniffly. I have actually already had a cold this winter, but yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? Any builds? OMDB airport looks really good. Yeah, it does look very good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a look at that. Definitely. Yeah, I look forward to it. Oh, they're also doing Abu Dhabi as well. Yes, they are indeed. Yeah. I mean, I'm super pleased they are doing Abu Dhabi, because there isn't... Abu Dhabi is such a major airport, and there just isn't any good scenery for Microsoft Flight Sim for that airport, so that's really cool. Das says it's basically a tool to auto adjust the LOD settings based on your altitude, so it lowers near the ground to help prevent stutters. Yeah, good. That sounds great. Sounds ideal, really. Where do you get it, Daz? I look like Dr. Disrespect. Not sure if that's a compliment or not. Need a 777. Oh, yes, we do. We do indeed. Apparently, that's the PMDG 777 is going into beta pretty soon, I believe, if not already. Which is pretty cool. Now then, are we going to make this restriction at Brive? We've got 10 miles to go. We need to be below flight level 90. So... I think we may just make it, actually. To be honest with you, it'd probably be good to actually speed up a bit, because we do want to be a bit lower than 90 there. And to be honest, we're going to actually have to use some speed brake probably. So we'll, yeah, let's see how it goes. You have TAA frame generation with the 1490, so you don't need the mod. Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not. I think it's in beta, just hope it goes well. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Copper, welcome to the chat. I'll be doing well. Good to see you. Rocking the stash and shirt. Thank you very much. Yeah, doing good, thank you. Yeah, I hope you are also, Copper. Alrighty, so coming up to flight level 100, we'll get the lights on, we'll get the seatbelt signs on, we'll push the speed, and we shall also do something that I've missed, I feel like. No, I don't think I have. We'll do a bit of speed brake, I think that's what I was going for. Yeah, so we didn't make the restriction there, unfortunately. But, hey-ho. I should have probably used speed brake from the outset there. Let's keep going down, nevertheless. We'll go down to 4,000. So we got 1016. Crucial we get the latest QNH as well, because we are flying an RMP, so I will double check that in just a second here. It is looking a bit wobbly at the moment. Let me just check my turbulence settings, because I know Fenix recommends medium turbulence, so yeah, I thought I might have it too high. There we go. Don't want to mess up the Fenix. Cool. Okay, so off we go. Still got the speed brake out. And here we are. Should be able to see the airport just to the right somewhere. There it is. We do have Seafront simulations running as well at the moment, but haven't seen too many ships. But oh, look, there we go. There's one. Speak of the devil. I think this little port area as well is part of the airport scenery, which is quite cool. I think it also adds a heliport as well somewhere down here, which is quite cool. Alrighty, I'm going to turn the music down for the approach here. And we'll do the approach checklist. So, bar 1016. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums 839. Auto brake low. Engine mode select to normal. Approach checklist complete. So, let's just check the meta that Microsoft Flight Sim is actually using, because that is going to be the most important to us. 1016 is correct QNH, so that's good. So now from Pig Egg, we are going to go direct to Milis. Radial in 052 will be correct. So now we're on heading. Oh, hang about. Pull the speed. Pull the heading, and we'll give ourselves a turn. Didn't really want to level off there, but that's what you get for not paying enough attention. So we'll go VS minus 500 here. Come down again on the speed because we've got 210 at Milis. Probably don't need to turn that far either. Let's make sure I record a replay, as I often forget. Okay, it's recording. Yes, minus 200. Not the best flown descent I've ever done, but I can deal with it. I'll live with it. Go back to nav. All right, here we go, chat. Here we go. We've got the VDev LDev showing, which is good. Flying an RNAV. Go ahead and bring up the progress page. 12 miles to go. Alt start. And we'll arm approach now. App nav, final blue. Guy out of the way a little bit. Cool. We'll come down to green dot speed, which is more or less the same as what we were flying. That's good. That last bit of the approach was fairly nice, I think. Cool. We'll go to flaps 1 then. Speed checked. There's the runway. And off we go. Final lap speed. What's that ding dong that I just heard? I have no idea what that was.
2,500.
Olbia traffic fuzzy 23 is on final runway 23. 8 miles to go. Cool. We'll go flaps 2. Speed checked. Got a pretty decent amount of crosswind at the moment. That's 2 sets. Gear down. As you can see, the white horses down there. Go flaps 3. Could have been you were playing on Newsky. Oh, it could well have been. AC, indeed. Remind me to accept that. Alrighty, flaps full. Okie dokie then, chat. We are looking good. Landing checklist. ECAM memo. Landing no blue. And ground altitude is 5,000 feet. That's set. Ready to rock, chat. Let's do this thing. Autopilot disconnected. It's a little bit windy. This is a beautiful approach, isn't it, chat? Crikey.
100 above.
You can hear the engine spooling up and down to cope with the gusts.
Minimum.
Continue. Actually going to go for auto thrust disconnected. Speed tape absolutely going wild. Getting a bit high, correcting. Wind's more or less straight down the runway now. Oh my days.
50, 40, 30.
Oh my god, the stutters.
20, retard. 10.
Go around.
5.
Flaps. Mantoga SRS go around track. Positive rate, gear up. It's a bit windy, chats. Lever climb, open climb, thrust climb, auto thrust. Flaps 1. Nav. Off we go. Alright, S-speed, speed checked, flaps 0. Alright, we'll go AP2, we'll pull vertical speed 1000. And we'll dial in heading. Because I don't really want to fly the full go around. We don't need to as such. So we'll go for a heading of 053. Cool. Hey, that was an okay go around considering I've not done that in a while either. Great fun. Alrighty. Let's go for another one then, shall we? Go back to the approach phase here. Make sure everything is still in properly. Which it is. Good. And I didn't pull the heading, did I? Thought I did. Why do I disconnect the auto thrust? Not supposed to do that. Generally, is my understanding. I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do it, to be honest. I think it's really just a airline preference. I like to do it just because it keeps me, you know, a little bit more familiar with the thrust setting and manual flight. It's just makes things a little bit, I don't know, it just keeps me on my toes, I suppose. Some airlines do it, some don't. I think, for example, EasyJet, for example, don't let the pilots do it at all. Whereas, say, for instance, Eurowings do most of their landings with auto thrust off. So I think it's down to the airline's choice, really, as to whether they want to mandate it or not. Got a lot of wind here, so we're going to have to adjust for that. Evan says it is normal to hand fly the takeoff and landing. You mean only let autopilot land in very poor visibility? Or is that? No, yeah, Liana was talking about auto throttle, yeah. Because it's very rare that any airliner will use manual thrust for a takeoff. They will usually use auto thrust to set the correct takeoff setting and then subsequently dial back the thrust when the climb starts. But yes, I think I missed a notification there, actually. Let's give that a replay. Copper, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chats. Much appreciated. Very kind of you. Put this towards your favorite holiday beverage. Looking forward to some more streams in the new year. Cheers. Thank you so much. I will do indeed. And that's very, very kind of you to do so. Thank you so much. And that's your third super on a live stream, says YouTube. Very good. Well, thank you so much for your continued support, Copper. I do appreciate that. Thank you indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Samiti, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. New here, comfy stream. Glad you're enjoying it. Thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you're doing well. Tomorrow giveaway for that mini magic box with knobs. It looks like it, yeah. I mean, according to the poll, it looks like the giveaway is probably going to be tomorrow, yeah. It looks like it. Okie dokies then, chat. Let's get set up for the next arrival then, shall we? I'm just going to triple check the weather here. So we got 250 at 19. QNH is still the same. Temperature is the same. Yeah, so it's got windier. That's another point actually as well, regarding auto thrust. In very gusty and windy conditions like that, I think a lot of pilots will tend to prefer manual thrust, just because it means the engines are not ramping up and down all the time, which just makes things a little bit, I suppose it makes things a little bit less concerning maybe for the passengers potentially. from what I hear on the grapevine. Cool. So let's swing ourselves around. Go for a 40-degree intercept. And we'll try again. Let me just double check there's no one else around me. No, it's just us. Alrighty. Might need to do a steeper intercept than that, to be honest. I think so, yeah. So I think from here we'll just go direct to 412. Nav. Vertical speed 500. So 18, thank you very much for the sub. Much appreciated, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Right, we'll do this again. Do it small version. Alrighty, let's try this again, shall we? $13 miles to go. Good. Good. Remember, we are doing this on Newsky chat, so yeah, I probably could have landed there and it probably would have been fine. But Newsky probably wouldn't have been so keen on it, right? Yes, it would have been a long landing. So we gotta keep the airline happy, you know? Not taking any risks. I think I'm going to actually just hand fly this whole approach, to be honest, chat. Just to... just to get the feel of it a little bit better, because I've not done this in quite some time. So let's do it. We'll go flaps 1. Set our go around altitude.
2,500.
Do this guy as well. I'll get the controls visualizer on. Might be interesting for you guys. 2,000 feet, so we should really be flaps 2 gear down at this point. So we'll go flaps 2 now. Speed checked. Flaps 2 set, gear down. We'll go flaps 3. To be honest, it's probably a bit late to make this change, but let's just go in here real quick and we'll go for a config 3 actually. Might give us a little bit more maneuverability in the in these gusty winds. Auto thrust disconnected. Looking way off centerline here on the flight director, so I'm just going to adjust a little bit to the right. Obviously, I've over-adjusted.
Minimum.
Continue.
500. $300.
Wow, DX12.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse green. We don't actually have decel. The auto brake's gone off. I must have forgotten to reset it. Let's go manual brakes. And reverse is stowed. Not too shabby, I don't think, chat. Not too shabby. I think I was a bit off centre line there, but I don't think that was too bad considering the conditions. Let's go. Alrighty, we'll get the strobes off. Landing lights off. Start the APU. The flaps up, ground spoilers disarmed. And APU starts. I did hear someone on Unicom. I don't know if there's anyone here. There is. Alrighty, landing rate predictions in the chat then, guys. Oh no. We didn't see anything, don't worry about it. Man, DX12 really does screw up your ground textures, doesn't it? Welcome to Olbia, guys. This is Olbia V2 by Orbx. Just released last week. Cool. Predictive wind shear weather radar off. After landing checklist. Predictive wind shear weather radar off. We'll get transponder off as well. Lovely stuff. We do have a replay to watch as well, which we'll watch once we're parked up. I think this is going to be the last leg, though. So don't forget to vote in the poll regarding the miniFCU. We'll look at the custom taxiway signage. Very nice indeed. So yeah, this is probably going to be the last leg for today. But yeah, we will watch a replay of that landing and the go-around. Oh, I haven't selected a stand for GSX purposes. I assume we've got stand 114 here. .101 is what we want. .101 is what we'll have. We get the taxi lights off. Oh, the stutters. Need lots of VRM for DX12. Best to stick to DX11. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, you're not able to run the frame generation mod with DX11, which is the reason why I'm using it at the moment. No guidance. Am I in the right stand? Although, to be fair, this GSX profile is based on the V1 version of this airport, so it may be that the guidance is somewhere inside the building now. It looks like there's a tug sticking through, so that's probably what's going on there. So we'll guide ourselves in. Jetway looks very close to the aircraft there in the park position. Let's set the parking brake there. All right, good stuff then. So, engine shut down. And beacon light can come off now. And seatbelt signs. Lovely stuff. GSX doing its thing there. We'll go ahead and get rid of that controls visualizer there. And we'll get the APU off now as we're on external power. Lovely job. Oh my days, the stutters. Welcome to Olbia, guys. This is the V2 by Orbx, as I just said. We'll have a bit of a look around it in a moment. But, yeah, I mean, it looked very nice on the way in. I think the textures here could probably do with some work, to be quite honest. But the modeling looks pretty good. Lovely. Okay, let's have a look on the Newsky report then, shall we? Oh, nailed it, chat. We've nailed it. We've nailed it. Right. Over to the fuzz pad. So we were on time departing and about 20 minutes late. 15 minutes, actually, I'll say. We made $8,124, which is very nice indeed. I'll take that. And then pilot rating is a solid 10, which I will happily take. And then regarding the touchdown, we got 154 feet per minute, 1.24 G. Marked as a great touchdown in challenging conditions. Centile deviation was actually a lot better than I thought. 2.98 on average, and then 5.04 max. So yeah, I'm actually a lot more happy with that than I thought it was going to be. Who got the closest though? I think it was Aviate, wasn't it? With minus 144. Nicely done. Nicely done, Aviate. So you could see the initial approach set and the subsequent go around. And then we did actually touch down on that first go around when we went around. Let's see, where did we actually touch there? We touched there when we did the go around, so it would still have been within limits, within, you know, the touchdown zone. But I did feel it was a bit late. Now, on the other landing, I'm not sure if the satellite imagery is wrong, but according to the satellite imagery, we actually touched right after the numbers here, which I don't feel like is correct. I'm pretty sure we touched somewhere around here. But nevertheless, we got on center line there. A little bit of a deviation, but other than that, pretty good. I'm fairly pleased with that, I will say. What do you win? It's in the post. Alrighty, guys. Cool. So that's that one. We've got a replay to watch as well. So we'll bring up Sky Dolly and have a watch of that in a few minutes. We'll have a look around this airport first. This is a new scenery to the channel, and a new release by Orbx. So let's have a bit of a browse, shall we? So we won't be fixing DX12 in 2020. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Alrighty, so Olbia. It's actually a bigger airport than when I first read about this airport. I thought it was going to be quite a small airport, similar to some of the other airports like Bastia Paretta in the area. But it's actually quite a big airport, isn't it, in terms of the terminal building at least. But as you can see, that straight away, tons of detail out here landside. Looks like they've gone into quite a lot of detail, putting in objects and stuff around here. yeah, there's a lot of detail. But I think one thing that I will say is maybe you guys will probably be able to see this, but I think some of the textures, as I've already said, could probably do with some work. But the one thing I do like about this, well, the main thing that I think that makes this airport scenery good is the fact that it's got lots of detail. You know, there's detail everywhere. You can see you've got passengers' cars down here. You've even got, you know, you've even got these parking meters. And yeah, I mean, I just think the detail is very, very good. It adds a lot of life. It adds a lot of life. The textures, like I said, you know, they're definitely not the best we've seen. But the quality of them in terms of the actual, you know, appearance of the materials and the dirt and grime is quite nice. I do think it looks quite nice, and especially from a distance, it does look really quite good. There is a bit of an interior as well, I think, if we zoom on in. Quite a detailed interior actually, but yeah, not too extensive, but probably best viewed from the outside. We've got nice signage here. We've got animated flags. We've got all the detail on the roof as well, which is very nice. It's a bit stuttery as you pan. Yeah, it probably is a frame gen thing. Shall I just turn it off? See, we went down from 57 FPS there to around 40. Yeah, this feels about more right. And tell you what I'll do is I'll disconnect from VATSIM as well. I'll give us a few more frames. There we go. Yeah, so we've got custom jetways as well, which are pretty nice looking. Nice bit of wear and tear. You've got some PBR glass on there as well. Oh, there go the passengers. But yeah, there's a lot of detail. Like I say, I mean, even if you just look here, look at all the detail. I absolutely love that. You know, you can have the nicest airport in the world with beautiful textures. But if you don't have any detail in terms of clutter and things, it just feels dead. It just feels missing, like it's missing something. The tower, again, looks pretty good, I would say, from a distance, but overall, very nicely done. And in general, I think the airport is just... it's nicely done. It's nicely done. There's so much detail in here. You gotta love it. It is a bit stuttery, but again, I wouldn't really judge the performance based on what you're seeing right here. Just because of the frame gen thing might still be causing some issues. The ground textures are very nice, as are the custom signage. Yeah, it's possibly DX12 as well that's contributing to this bit of a stutter fest right now. But yeah, ground texture is really nice. Nice bit of detail here, which I assume is like a GA type private terminal. Loads of detail, man. Yeah. Stuttery. Runway textures are really nice, I think. Yeah, really nice. Lots of rubber on there. You love to see it. Very cool. Yeah, and I think that's most of the airport that we've seen there. You've got a bit of a seaplane parked up here as well, which is very cool. And then I just want to dart over here real quick, because there's a few little additions as well outside of the airport, like this shopping center, I think. And then you've got some little additions to the port down here as well. I think it's mainly just this area here, which is nice. Bit more life. So yeah, there you go. There's Olbia V2. I can't really compare it to V1 because I didn't have that version. But it's pretty nice, I think. Like I say, it's not... I don't think it's the best scenery we've seen for the sim, but it's got that important life factor, which I always love to see in a scenery. Cool. Right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do is, because GSX is going to take its sweet time deboarding here, we're going to just skip that part. Seems as though this is the last leg. And we'll go ahead and get things started up for a replay, shall we? Looking forward to seeing where I actually touch down. Because like I said, the satellite imagery on Newsky showed that I touched down just after the numbers, which I don't think is correct. So let's have a look. Right, first up. Here's the first approach. Oh, Christ, the stutters, man. And there was a little bit of a float there. Oh, actually, look at that. Yeah, we did actually touch after the zone there, the touchdown zone. So, yeah, I think the satellite imagery is off in Newsky. So that was a very good decision to go around, I think. Let's do a bit of this guy, shall we? There's the float. So much clearer to see the float when you are right down here. And there we go. Off, back, up, into the air. No, I think I'm going to have to turn the frame generation back on because it feels like it's even worse now. Cool. Okay, and then we go around for a second approach. See where we touched here. Definitely way after the numbers. So the satellite imagery definitely incorrect. And we touched there. Which is just perfect, really. Right after the aiming point. And yeah, absolutely fine with me, that one. to do a fair bit of adjusting in short final there to get wings level. Pretty nice though, I think, ultimately. Let's do a bit of a spotter's view, shall we? Nice. What is that purple? Oh, it's a DX12 thing again, I think. Let's do that again. I like that one. Nice. Lovely stuff, as they say. Pleased with that. Right then, guys. That is going to be it from me for today. So, let's end the poll here. It looks like you guys are wanting the miniFCU giveaway to happen tomorrow. 63% of you voted for tomorrow, so that's when we'll do it. I'll schedule the stream sometime in the morning, so you guys will see it pop up on YouTube, and you can set a reminder for when I go live. It's probably going to be a bit earlier than what I went live today, so it'll probably be more like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, somewhere around that figure, UK time or Zulu time tomorrow. So hope to see you then. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Thank you, Copper, for your super chats. And thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. Have a fantastic evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.